Hi, and welcome to this virtual workshop where I'll be sharing with you the 5 steps that anyone can follow to earn at least $1,500 per month from writing simple 300-word emails for other companies. And I can assure you that this is something that you can do even if you do not consider yourself a good enough writer, even if you do not have a degree in English, even if you have never done any online business before, and even without leaving the shores of Africa. The kind of emails I'll be showing you how to write today are known as marketing emails. So these are simple emails that you would help other companies write to sell their products or services. You can actually write one of these emails in under 20 minutes once you know what you're doing, and then you can go ahead to charge these businesses and companies $20 to $50 even as a beginner to write just one of these emails for them. And the good thing is that companies and businesses tend to need these emails in bulk, and that is why it is a very lucrative venture. So, over the next 60 minutes or so, I'm going to be breaking down each of the steps that is involved. I'm going to show you what you need to do in each of these steps, and at the end, I'll give you an actionable plan that you can implement to get this income model started within the next 7 days. So, we're going to kick this off with a case study. I'm actually going to show you how these 4 emails that I wrote for a US based company in 2020 turned into a $3,200 per month copywriting contract. I'm doing this case study for 2 reasons. The first reason is that I want you to immediately start to have a clear picture in your head of how this income model works. I want you to start to see the process that is involved, like gain idea of the full 100 yards. The second reason I'm doing this case study is because I want you to also start to see for yourself the kind of companies that will be lining up to pay you premium fees once you have this skill in your back pocket or once you have learned this thing. I could talk for the next 15 minutes or so and describe the whole process without you completely understanding anything or understanding certain things. So I believe that by using a real life example, you'll get a clearer understanding of how this income model works and why it is one of the hottest ways to make money online right now. But before we get into that case study, I would like to introduce myself. This is especially for the benefit of those who have never heard this voice before. So, my name is Victor Reni, but a lot of people know me more as Venzal. Venzal is my Nairaland moniker. And if you're not familiar with Nairaland, Nairaland is actually Africa's biggest online forum. I am usually pretty active on the business section of Nairaland, creating helpful threads. As a matter of fact, I have a couple of threads there that have racked up a total of over 600,000 views. More importantly, these threads have contributed to the successes of over 250 young Nigerians who have collectively earned over 50 million naira in the last 5 years. For example, there's Victor, who joined one of the earliest Nairaland threads that I created back in 2016. This guy averages $1,500 per month on the very first platform where I started out as an email copywriter. And that means he does about $18,000 every year, which is over 6 million naira on a yearly basis. Another person is this lady called Caroline. Caroline also joined the same Nairaland thread of 2016. And in 2017 rather, when I made a training to show my Netherlands students how I was making more money on another platform as an email copywriter, Caroline also joined this training. We were recently chatting when she told me she had hit the $50,000 mark on that platform. That's over 20 million naira that she's done in less than 4 years. Then there's this lady who wants to keep her privacy, and so we're going to respect that. But inside our Telegram group, we popularly know her as OE. She joined another Ireland thread that I created back in July 2020, and between September and December 2020, she made about $4,000 as a totally new copywriter. That's over 1.5 million naira in just about 3 months. She later got a client that put her on a monthly retainer, and so I was not surprised when in March this year, she sent me this message on Telegram to say she started 2021 by buying herself a car. And most of the money she used in purchasing this car came from my earnings as an email copywriter. Another of my successful students whom I would want to celebrate here today is known as is Nafisat, but we popularly call her Deed in our Telegram group. She's a smart young lady currently doing her postgraduate studies in one of the top Nigerian universities. And in 2020, she joined the Neuralink thread that I created and earned a little above $3,000 in the first 5 months of starting out as an email copywriter. The reason these people are earning this much is because they earn in dollars. So by the time they change what they earn into the Naira, they usually have money that is significantly higher. And that is one of the major attractions and advantages of this income model that I will be sharing with you today. Now, it would be wrong of me to attribute the successes of these amazing folks to my efforts alone. Actually, if you look at it critically, I didn't do much. I only shared my knowledge with them, just the way I am doing with you now, and then I was there to offer support when they needed it. I was there to answer their question when they needed answers to their question. The majority of their success is down to their own efforts. They worked hard and worked smart for the successes that they are enjoying today. They were patient and they were determined to make things work even when things didn't look good and bright. Now, if you can bring these same traits to the table today, then there's absolutely no reason why you can't succeed with this thing, just like my previous students have done. But if what you're looking for today is a place where you can put 50,000 naira today and get 10 million naira back in 2 months' time, this is definitely not the right place for you. And you might want to consider exiting this video right now. What I'm about to teach and show you is not a get rich quick scheme. It's a proven income model that I have successfully utilized since 2016. It's the same income model I have leveraged on that has allowed me partner and work with big 6, 7, 8, and even 10-figure brands and business owners from all over the world, like Karim Wright, Budogology Pet Solutions, Vital Live AS, the Healthy Back Institute, Mike Gillette, Diana Lorraine, and a host of others whom I cannot mention in this video. And here's what some of these people have even said about me. Victor did a great job for us, and I thoroughly appreciate his approach to direct response copywriting. If you are looking for someone who can engage your audience with the first line or two, you will not be disappointed. That one is coming from Matej Malikanovic, ex-marketing manager for Karim Rides. Karim Rides is a multi-billion-dollar company that is based in Dubai, in case you do not know what that company is. I used to write emails for different segments of their customer base back in 2018. And this one is from Irina Semenova, who says, Victor wrote emails for our company for many months, and we loved working with him. He really has a good marketing intuition, and his text always worked with impressive conversion rates. Irina is the chief retainer officer of Vital Live AS. That is a multi-million dollar company that sells health supplements in Northern Europe. I also used to write emails of all kinds for this company as well. Then there's Justin Ozuna, who says, being a modern day copywriter is 99% about asking the right questions. Victor is a marketing professional who does. He helped us get the outcome we desired and continues to be a highly recommended resource for our team. And this one is for my pal, Joe. Joe owns a digital marketing agency, and I have written hundreds of emails for this guy for some of his clients since 2019. Now, the reason I am showing you all of this is so that you can see for yourself that what I am about to teach you today is something I have personal experience with and not just some theory that I just woke up and cooked up. Everything I'm going to be sharing with you in this workshop comes from years of personal failures, personal mistakes, hard-learned lessons, and incredible wins. And if you stick with me, I'm going to show you how you can also turn this into a dependable income source that can transform your lifestyle. Now that you know a bit about me, let's now go back to what we're supposed to start with, which is the case study. As I said earlier, the purpose of this case study is to give you a practical demonstration of how this income model works using a real life example. I want you to see through this case study what a typical email copywriting client can look like. I want you to see how the whole process kicks off and how possible it is to receive your money right into your Nigerian bank account when you work with these foreign companies. So let's get the show on the road. Firstly, I'm going to give you a brief overview of the company I wrote the four emails for. The name of the company is Dash Education Group. Now, please, for the purpose of privacy, I'm going to withhold some of the information of this company, so please bear with me. The company is owned by two guys. Their names are Brett and Ethan. The industry in which their company operates is the financial industry. The American financial industry is really massive if you know about it. That's because majority of Americans want to spend their retirement in enjoyment without working hard for money. And so when they are actively working, they like to put their monies in places where it can grow or be safe from astronomical tax rates. So there are many companies that sell financial plans to these everyday Americans to help them achieve both goals. And that's exactly what Brett and Ethan's company does. They sell two types of financial plans to everyday Americans. They sell IULs and annuities. IULs and annuities. You can Google that later to see what that looks like. And they also teach other financial agents how to get and close more clients to earn more commissions. So they have created online training programs, online courses, seminars, and even done for you programs that they sell to these financial agents. It was this part of their business that I was brought in to help them write emails for. I wrote emails to help them sell their online courses and the other online programs that they have created. So that's a real life example of what a typical email copywriting client can look like. If you are someone who understands the intricacies of the financial world like forex, stock market, insurance, banking, day trading, night trading, and so on and so forth, there are big companies like this littered all over the place that you can write emails for and make lots of money from doing so. And even if you're not really good with financial topics, there are also other industries that you can focus on and still earn good money from as an email copywriter. I will list some of these other industries in a bit. But before I do that, I'm sure you have questions like, where did I meet these guys? After all, I am right here in Nigeria, while these guys are in faraway United States of America. Well, I met them on Upwork. And if you're not familiar with Upwork, it is a place where you can go to get new clients. The way Upwork operates is that usually clients would come there to post jobs that they need help with, and then people with the required skill sets like you and I would apply for this project. Many people do not believe that you can meet big, well paying clients on Upwork, and I understand the reason why they feel so. But I have personally met some amazing clients on Upwork over the years. As a matter of fact, I first met about 25% of the biggest clients I've ever written emails for on the Upwork platform. We would usually start working on Upwork. That is, they would give me the contract through the Upwork platform. They would make the payments through the Upwork platform. But after I've worked with these guys for like one, two, three, or even four times, they would want to take our working relationship outside of the Upwork platform. So it is on this Upwork platform that I met Brett and Ethan. Now, that should be your first takeaway from this case study, which is this. One of the places where you can find email copywriting clients is on Upwork. There are other mediums that you can use to get these companies, and I'll talk about them later on in the course of this training. But let's stick with Upwork for now, as it is the central theme for this case study. So this right here is the exact post that Brett made on Upwork in July 2020. As you can see from that post, they were looking for someone to write 8 to 10 emails to their email list every single month. Also, there's one crucial detail that you will notice in this job post. They were looking for an email copywriter that is familiar with the email writing style of Ben Settle and Matt Fury. This Ben Settle fella is one of the most respected email copywriters in the world. He has a distinct and unique style of writing his emails that a lot of marketers and copywriters love, and so they try to copy him. So, Brett and Ethan were looking for someone who could write in this style. I am familiar with Ben Settle. I know how he writes his emails, and so I sent a cover letter to Brett with some of my samples that look like Ben's Settle style. He loved the samples, and we scheduled a call which we had through Skype. This call lasted about 42 minutes. We trashed out all the details and the contract started. That should be the second lesson for you in this case study. And that is this: if you are going to apply for project on Upwork, make sure to add a sample without fail, regardless of whether a prospective client asks for it in their job post or not. More importantly, don't just add any kind of sample. Make sure that the sample that you're adding is a relevant sample. In the case of this project, I knew these guys love the style of Ben Seto, and that's why I attached samples that were similar to Ben's what Ben would write. And that's what helped me bag this project. So keep that in mind and never forget it. Anyways, in week one, I wrote two emails and sent them to Brett. He sent back a message to say they were happy with the emails. Then I wrote and sent the two emails for week two. This time, he sent back a message to say that they would love to schedule a call with me because they had something to discuss. It turns out that they have been looking for an email copywriter to help them write daily emails to their email list for a while. And because they were impressed with the four emails I'd written in the first 2 weeks of working together, they wanted to see if I'd be interested in taking up this opportunity. I was interested. So we scheduled the call, we talked at length, and without much haggling, they agreed to sign me up on a retainer contract of $800 per week, which translates to $3,200 per month. Now, I am aware that anyone can come online to make claims. Anyone can say things that didn't happen as if they happened. That's why I'm going to show you some proofs from this contract to help you verify all that I've been telling you here. So, the first thing I usually do when it's time to get paid is to send Stephanie an email. Stephanie is Brett's account manager and she's the one in charge of making payments. I would usually send her an email with an invoice that looks like this. I create these invoices from a website that is known as FreshBooks. So if you ever have need of creating invoices like this, you can go to freshbooks.com. And as you can see right here, this particular invoice was issued out on the 8th of October 2020. When Stephanie receives my invoice, she would check with Brett, and once he approves payment, she would go ahead to make the payment. As you can see here, this is a screenshot of some of the emails I sent to Stephanie and Brett. And if you look closely, you will see that they are all payment related. You can see the PDF files that are attached to these emails. Those are the invoices in question. And yeah, you can see the very first payment that Stephanie sent on 31st of August. She sent $3,000 instead of $3,200. That is a mistake that was later rectified. Let me explain something here for you to understand. For some reasons, Stephanie insisted on paying only through PayPal. And I personally have a Lesotho PayPal account. That's the only PayPal account I have. And it is risky to receive more than $1,000 with it at once. All right. So I used the PayPal account of a dollar exchanger that I met on Neverland in 2016. Her name is Nkiru, or NK as she prefers to be called. What usually happens is that NK would receive the dollars and pay the Naira equivalent to my Nigerian bank account depending on the pre-agreed exchange rate. For this particular transaction, PayPal took a service fee of $87, which is very annoying by the way. PayPal turned out to be very greedy people. So I was left with $2,912. The Naira equivalent that NK sent to me for this amount was 960 something thousand Naira. I cannot remember all of the details right now. Now, this is September's payment, but it was paid later in October. As you can see, PayPal and their greedy ways again took $141 from this particular transaction, and I was left with $3,058. This money was also received by NK, and this time she sent me 1,009,437 Naira, as you can see from this screenshot here. Now, this is from only one client. The good thing about this income model that you're about to learn is that you can have 2 to 3 or even more of these kinds of monthly contracts running simultaneously. Personally, for me, the sweet spot is only two. That is, I usually just don't like to take more than two clients for this kind of monthly contract at once. That's because when it comes to this kind of monthly contracts for emails, what I do is that I write daily emails from Monday to Saturday. And so I don't want something that would eat up too much of my time. And that's why the sweet spot for me is two. But if you can handle more than two, then you are free to go for it. However, I have noticed you just need about two to three solid clients to do well with this income model. And so you don't need to pursue tens of clients. Just two to three is okay for you. And you can make solid income from just those two to three clients as long as they're giving you repeat work. Now, I ordinarily wouldn't put private stuff about myself out in public like this because I am a very private person. But I know if I don't share these screenshots, many people watching this video would not believe all that I have been saying is possible. And that's why I've done this. So I'm not trying to brag to you here. I'm not trying to impress you, or I'm not even trying to give you the wrong idea. I'm not saying that you can start this thing today and be able to immediately start charging clients $3,000 per month to write their emails. That's probably not going to happen for you until you have had some experience under your belt. But the beauty about this income model is that you can start today as a totally new person, a total newbie, and still earn good income from it. For example, this is how much I made from one contract in 2017 when I was still relatively new to writing emails. As you can see, I was paid $1,200 to write 30 emails for a company that sells health supplements. Back then, I charged $40 per email, and this particular project took me less than 2 weeks to complete. This screenshot, by the way, is from Upwork, the freelancing platform that I was talking about earlier. Like I said earlier, I've met some really amazing clients on Upwork, even though people don't believe that you can meet amazing clients on Upwork. And I want you to pause for a bit at this juncture and think about this. If all you did from email copywriting every month is just $1,200, that would be over 500,000 naira in today's economy. Do you think that having that kind of money in your bank account would improve your life in any way? Do you think an extra 450,000 naira in your bank account right now would help in taking care of some of your daily expenses? I am sure it would. Even though things have become expensive in Nigeria, 450,000 naira is still a good income. And if you agree with me, I urge you to continue paying attention as we now reach the part where I will show you all the steps that are involved in getting this income model started in as little time as possible. Quickly, let's talk about the massive window of opportunity that you have before you right now. I am sure that you already know by now that almost every business starts with people recognizing opportunity and then positioning themselves to profit from that opportunity. That's what the Jeff Bezos and the Aliko Dangotes of the world do. They recognize opportunities and then they position themselves to profit from that opportunity. So in the case of this income model, the opportunity here starts because email is a key revenue channel for every online business that you see. In fact, email marketing is said to be the number one online sales channel worldwide. Sometime back, I think that was a few years ago, Campaign Monitor reported in an article that they wrote that for every dollar a business puts into email marketing, they get $44 back. If you go ahead to do the calculation, you will see for yourself that that's a 4,444% ROI. And that is really, really huge for any business. So many online businesses want to profit from emails as much as possible. I'm sure you must have seen something like this online before. This thing that you see here is known as an opt-in form, and it is something you will find on almost every website that you visit. Businesses use these opt-in forms to collect people's emails and their contact details and build an email list out of that. They are then legally allowed to send emails to this email list over and over again, however they want and whenever they want. Unfortunately, many business owners simply do not have the time to write the emails to send to their email list, or they simply do not have the copywriting chops to write their own emails. And so they like to outsource this important part of their business to a qualified email copywriter. And that's where you would come in. So your job will be to write these emails and send them to the companies. The companies will in turn send them to their email list. And because of this email, the people on that email list will go to the website of these companies and buy their stuff. And that's why these companies are more than happy to pay you over and over again to have you continually write these emails for them. Because every time You write these emails, they send these emails out, they sell stuff, they make money, and they are happy. Let's now talk about the 5 steps that you truly need to get started on this journey. Do you remember that when we started, I said there are only 5 steps involved? Let's now look at each of these 5 steps. In step one, you're going to need to learn how to write good enough marketing emails. In step two, you're going to choose a needs-based niche or market or industry that you will love to serve or that you are qualified to serve. In step three, you are going to build your business assets. So that would include your portfolios, your samples, and maybe profiles on freelance marketplaces if you want to go there. In step four, you're going to get yourself in front of prospective clients, aka you are going to market yourself. And then in step five, once you get a new client, you onboard the client, you fulfill the project, and you get paid. Let's now look critically at each step and discuss the details of what is involved. So, like I said, you're going to kick this off by learning to write good enough marketing emails. I'm going to tell you a gospel truth here. You don't need to become a world class email copywriter before you can start charging clients in dollars to write their marketing emails. That is, you don't need to become a master at writing emails to earn good money. For a start, you just need to know how to write good enough emails and you can get clients that will pay you reasonably for your services. You can later start to worry about becoming better at your craft so that you can charge more. But for now, you just need to start from where you are right now. If you stick around, I'll later on show you a powerful resource that can help you become a good enough email copywriter in about 2 weeks or less. But for now, let's talk about what good enough emails actually look like. So, before you write any email, you need to answer one important question. And that question is, who am I writing this email to? This is important because it is only when you know who you're writing to that you can know what to write inside of your emails. In order to know your who, you have to do a bit of research. This research phase is usually the part where you will spend the most time. Once you get the who, once you have done your research, writing the emails will become a lot easier because you now know what these people are looking for and you now know what to say in your emails. The purpose of your research is usually to just find things about the audience that your client is selling to. So your who, in essence, is your audience, is the people that you are going to be writing to. You need to find certain things about them. You're going to ask questions like, what is their desire? Because if you know their desire, you can tell them how your client's product can help them reach their desire. You're going to ask what is their goal, because if you know their goal, you're going to write emails to tell them how the client's product or services can help them achieve those goals. You're going to ask what problems are they contending with, because if you know the problems that they are contending with, you can write emails that show them how your client's product or service can help them alleviate those problems or erase those problems. You're going to ask what are their pain points, because if you know their pain points, you're going to write an email to tell them how your client's product or service can help them alleviate their pains or erase their pains. Usually, your client will help you with this part. That is because they may probably have already done their own research on their audience, and so they will provide you with some of this intel, and that will make your research even easier. Once you are done with your research, you can then start to write the emails. A typical marketing email usually has 5 main parts. The first part is the subject line, and the job of the subject line is to get people to open the email. Then you have the body of the email, which is where you will do the most writing work. And the job of the body of the email is to inform and intimate people about an opportunity, about an offer, or a new content that they should check out. Then you have the CTA, which is known as the call to action. And the job of the call to action is to get people to do the thing that you want them to do in that marketing email. Because every marketing email that you send out has a reason and a purpose, has a goal. And the goal is to get people to do something, to get them to take action. So every marketing email that you write would have a call to action, whether it is to click on a link or whether it is to reply to the email. You'll also have the signature, which is where you say something like best regards or thanks for reading, and then you close with your name or the name of your client in this case, because you're going to be writing for your client, right? Occasionally, you will also have the PS section. You're not going to need it or you're not going to use it in all the emails that you write, but once in a while, you can include it in your emails. So those are the main parts a typical marketing email has. I'm now going to give you some tips for each of these parts so that you can already start to crank out good enough emails. For subject lines, one of the things you can leverage on to write click-worthy subject lines is curiosity. Gary Albert, one of the greatest copywriters that ever lived, described curiosity as the number one human emotion that there is. He says that it is more powerful than greed and it is more powerful than fear. And I have no cause to disagree with him on that. Because when you really think about it, you realize that humans are just naturally curious. We are hardwired to be curious. When you hear or see something that triggers your curiosity, you are naturally inclined to find out or to want to know more about that thing. It's just the way humans are, right? And remember, the job of your subject line is to get people to open. So curiosity is going to be one of your greatest tools to use when it comes to writing subject lines. In fact, as an email copywriter, in general, you just need to become a master of using curiosity in the right way because there's a wrong way of using curiosity, which is known as the bait and switch. You don't want to do that. You want to use curiosity in the right way. So, an example of a curiosity based subject line is little known trick to bust belly fat. Look at that part of the subject line that says bust belly fat. That could be the goal of the person reading this particular email or reading the email that you're sending out. Maybe they want to reduce their excess belly fat. Maybe the people on that list are people who are interested in reducing belly fat and becoming toned. Now I'm telling them that there's a little known trick to bust belly fat. That little known trick is what is going to open up their curiosity. That little known trick in quotes is what is going to open up their curiosity gap. They'll be itching to know what that little known trick is and how it can help them to bust belly fat. And in order to find out, they would happily click on that email to read and find out more. Do you now start to see how this works? Another way to write a powerful subject line is to ask an intriguing question. You'd ask a question that makes them want to find out more. They want to open the email to know the answer to that question. Look at this example right before you that says Christmas in July. That's going to get a lot of people curious. They would want to know what kind of Christmas is happening in July. And because of that, they would click on this email to find out more. Another way you can write subject lines that get opened is to make a shocking statement. For example, I sent my grandma into the rain. That's a shocker, right? If you were to see that inside your inbox, you would probably be thinking, what is wrong with this person? Why would he send his grandmother into the rain? And you'd likely open that email to get the full details or to get the full gist, right? Now, it might even happen that the person who wrote this email did not really send his grandmother into the rain. Maybe what happened is that he was sleeping and had a dream that he sent his grandmother into the rain, and that's what he turned into an email. He used that experience, he used that dream as a shocking, unexpected information to make people open this email. Another thing you could do is to use urgency. This one is powerful if you want to warn people about something that is not too nice that is about to happen. For example, if your client is running out of stocks for a product, you can use that in your subject line to get people to open. Look at this example. Every expecting mother should read this now. If you are an expectant mother and see that in your inbox, you are going to start wondering, what's wrong? Because this looks really, really urgent, right? And to find out, you'd open the email. The last method I'm going to share with you today for writing subject line is the how to do X phrase. This one is a classic. You can use this one over and over again in different ways. For example, how to make 10 sales every day, how to write good enough emails, how to make your ex jealous, and so on and so forth. There are many more ways to write powerful subject lines, but you can really get started or you can easily get started with these five and start to do a good job right away. So once you're done with the subject line, you start to write the body of the email. And in the body of the email, you simply want to answer the question, what? As in, what message am I trying to pass out inside this email? Remember, when we started, I said you first have to answer the question, who am I writing to? So once you now know who your audience is, once you know their pain points, once you know their desires and those other things, you now use the body of the email to pass across a message to them. And that's where your words comes in. So you could tell them about the benefit of getting your client's product. Let's say, for example, your client is selling a course that teaches people how to use certain types of diets to lose weight. You can write an email to tell people something like, hey, if you use my client's diet today or my client's course today, you can lose weight. And that means you can get in shape, you can look more sexy and be more healthy, and so on and so forth. And that could become an email. You're telling them the benefit of what the client's product is going to do for them. You could also write another email to tell them about the reverse scenario of not experiencing the benefit of your client's product. That could become another email. So, for example, you could say, if you don't get in shape, you will continue to look and feel unhealthy, and you know that obesity has been known to lead to other types of illnesses and sicknesses all over the world, and that many people die because of obesity, right? This is just an example, but I know that you get the idea, right? So they need to get a client's product to get in shape or to experience that benefit so that they don't experience the opposite negative of not getting your client's benefits, right? Another way you could answer the what question is to tell people why they should do something immediately. So, for example, again, let's still continue with the course the client who creates a course on how to use certain diets to lose weight. Let's continue with that example. So, let's say that your client has decided that they are going to increase the price of their course from 15,000 naira to 30,000 naira in 3 days' time. You can write an email to tell people about that and get them to start acting before that price increase catches them unawares. That could become another email. Another word that you can answer in the body of your email can be what are the results that your client's product has produced before. If your client's product has testimonials of people who had successfully used the products, you could write emails to tell people about these successful customers, and that could become another email. Once you are not done answering the words message inside the body of your email, so you have written the subject line, you have answered words inside the body of your email, you now need to tell people what to do next. That's where the CTA comes in. You are going to clearly tell people what you want them to do. What do you want them to do after reading that email? Do you want them to click on a link to go to your client's website, or to go and watch a video, or to download something? You tell them with strong, actionable phrasing inside your email what to do. You could say something like, click here to go and learn more. Or do you want them to reply to the email itself? Then you can say something like, click reply below this email and write interested. We'll get back in touch with you within 3 business days if that's what the client wants, right? So the call to action are a very important part of any email. That's because the reason for sending marketing emails is to get people to do something, like I said earlier. You want them to take action, right? So you have to make sure you are very clear and authoritative with your call to actions. Once you know how to write these emails, you can now move to step two, which is to choose a niche. You need to do this because you can't write for everybody. You can't just go into the marketplace and say that you write emails for all types of businesses. You need to choose an area of specialty. I don't know if you have noticed, but there are different types of doctors. There's a general physician, and there are specialists like the dentists, the chiropractors, the pediatricians, and so many more. You'll notice that the specialist doctors are usually treated as experts on particular illnesses, and they are mostly able to get paid more than anyone, paid more than general physicians, rather. You're going to do the same thing in your email copywriting career. You would specify that you are an email copywriter for specific types of online businesses. Maybe because you are qualified to write for these types of businesses, or because you just love to write for those types of businesses. For example, if you are a nurse or a doctor, you have experience in the medical field, and that means you are qualified to write for health businesses or health companies, and that will become your niche. So, you are going to position yourself as an email copywriter for health businesses. That would quickly make you an expert. I hope that you're getting this. Now, there are many ways to choose a niche, but because of time, I can't go into all of that details now. So what I'm going to do instead is to give you a list of 5 hot niches that you can write for right now and make lots of money from. These niches are hot and very profitable. So you have number one, the financial niche. This would include businesses and companies that sell product and services in the financial space. So if you are somebody who understands how day trading works, forex, the stock market, and those other good things, or maybe you have worked in the bank before and you know how the financial space operates, then you can become a writer for businesses that operate in the financial space. So that could become your niche. The financial niche is actually the most profitable niche that you find in any market, because there's a lot of money that is involved in this niche, and so it's like the most profitable one. And then you also have the health niche, which would include businesses that sell products and services that relate to wellness and holistic living. So if you are somebody, like I said, who already has experience, medical experience, and then that could become your niche. Or if you don't even have medical experience, but you're somebody who reads health magazines, watch health shows, and just keep your finger on the pulse of all that's happening in the health world, then you can decide to write for companies and businesses that sell health product or that render health services like health coaches. So that could become your niche. The third one here is the relationship or dating niche. So this would include businesses that sell product and services to help people find and keep their life partners. So if you're somebody who used to be a marriage counselor or a dating expert or anything, you have an idea of how things work in the dating and relationship niche, maybe you have experience there, then that could become your niche. You'd write for businesses that operate in this niche or in this space, and that becomes your niche. The fourth one that you could do here is the beauty niche. So this would include businesses that sell product and services to help people maintain and enhance their beauty. So if you are somebody who's into skincare topics, you're somebody who knows about hair care, makeup, and this other good stuff that are revolving around the enhancing the beauty of someone, then you can decide to write for health businesses, and there are many of them. Sorry, for beauty businesses, and there are many of them on the internet. And the fifth one I'll talk about here is the personal development niche. And that would include businesses that sell products and services to help people improve certain areas of their lives. So you can write for businesses like Anthony Robbins' business or businesses that are similar to his business. So that would include things like meditation, people that are looking to improve in certain areas like meditation, like spirituality, like goal setting, self improvement, and those other things. So this would be a niche that you could decide to write in. So you can pick any of these and position yourself as an email copywriter for businesses and companies of in the market that you have chosen. Once you have your niche nailed down, you move to step three, which is where you start to build your business assets. In this part, you just need to start creating certain assets that would demonstrate your expertise. The main things you would need here are email samples and a portfolio. You can also customize your LinkedIn profile to show that you are an email copywriter for the types of businesses that you have chosen to work with. To create your samples and portfolio, you just need to write your emails inside a Google Doc file, and that becomes your samples. Then you can save all of those Google Doc files into a Google Drive folder, and that becomes your portfolio. So whenever you meet a client that wants to see a sample, you just go over to Google Docs or Google Drive, copy the link, and then you send it to the client. Now, once you are done with that, you are ready to start looking for clients. There are three main ways that I recommend that you look for clients. There are three main mediums that I recommend that you use in looking for clients. The number one is that you would use Upwork, especially if you are new to this. That would be a good place to get your first client. Number two option is to use LinkedIn. Use it to search and connect with businesses or business owners that you would love to work with. And the third method I would recommend is cold emails. You can look online, you just find some businesses that you'd be interested in working with, you get their emails, and then you send them cold emails to tell them that you would love to work with them or that you would love to talk. I can't walk you through all of the process that is involved in this step right now, but let me give you Let me give you a powerful method that you can deploy to land your first client within the next 2 weeks. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to join the email list of a business that you would like to work with. So, for example, if you want to work with health businesses or health companies, you're going to look for health businesses and health companies, look for their websites, and on their website, you're going to see an opt-in form like the one I showed you earlier when we started this training, right? So you put your name and your email address in, and then you are going to be able to get into their email list. So you start to look at the kind of emails that they are sending out. How can they improve the emails? Can they improve the emails in the kind of subject line that they write? Can they improve the call to actions? Can they improve the body of the email? If you see anything that they can improve, you're going to now send them an email to tell them that you can help. You're going to be very polite about it. The first thing that you are going to do, you're going to compliment them and say you like what they're doing and that you help this kind of businesses, help businesses do XYZ as an email copywriter, and that you are seeing some things that they could improve in the emails that they are writing out to increase their conversions. And then you can say, if you even want to discuss about this more, then let's get on a Skype call or on a Zoom call. And then you can say, you can ask for my Calendly link and I will give it to you. Then you can schedule a call and we can charge out the details, right? If this is a very powerful method. In fact, I posted this on our Telegram group about 2 weeks ago, and a student of mine used it to get a contract with a digital agency within 4 days of trying it out. So you may want to go ahead and try that one out. Should you get a client, the next thing would be to onboard and fulfill the project. What that looks like is, you after you agree to a client, after you have agreed to a contract with a client, you tell them to provide as much information as possible. You're going to need information about their products, about their offers, and about the clients themselves, and then also about the client's audience. Once they provide all of those details, you're going to do your research and then you start to write the emails. You can write the emails in a Word document and then you send them over, or you can even write them in a Google Doc file and send the link over. You're not going to be the one to send the emails. That's the job of the client. So your job is just to write and then you send them, and they will be the one to send the emails to their email list, right? So when everything is done, you can then collect payment. Payments could be made to you via payments could be made to you via Pioneer, PayPal, or some other third-party platforms that can allow you receive your money directly into your Nigerian bank accounts. So that's all the steps that are involved in becoming a well-paid email copywriter. These are the 5 steps. Now that you have seen the steps involved, I have one question for you. Do you think that you can do this? I personally think that you can. I believe that you can do this even if you are new to this and you are still a bit confused as to how all of this works. The reason I am that confident in your ability is because I have had students who started these things as newbies, and within 2 weeks of starting out, they had gotten their first client and earned their first dollar payment as email copywriters. For example, there's Marcel, one of my students who got paid $200 on Upwork to write 5 emails. This was just within 2 weeks of starting out, and he was still new to this thing. Even he could not believe it. That's why he asked me in this message on Telegram, am I dreaming? And then there's this other guy who posted this on Nairaland. His Nairaland moniker is Chase Vibes, but his real name is Emmanuel. He said, hey guys, guess what? I landed my first job of $420 on Upwork. After 9 days following Venzal's thread back to back and writing out Ben Seto's emails and then finally writing my own personal samples, I quitted my Upwork account yesterday because I decided to chill first. Made my profile overview so damn irresistible, saw a job offer and tested out my proposal writing skills on the job offer and gathered one of my samples. Woke up this morning to the client's message. I quickly cranked out 2 emails as samples for him to reel him in. Now I have got the job in just one night. The first day he created the profile, he sent out a proposal, and the next day he woke up to a project. So it is because of results like these, from people like this, that make me believe that you can do this too. Because if these guys who were newbies to this thing were able to do it within just 2 weeks of starting out, then I believe that you can too. The truth is These guys didn't come into this world with this skill. They weren't born with it. They had to learn it, just like I had to learn. Then they simply trusted in themselves enough and took the plunge, even though at first they had their own doubts and their fears. And things have turned out pretty great for them right now. So, again, I know that you can do this as well. You simply need to trust yourself and take the plunge too. If you do brave the odds and take the plunge, things might not go well at first. You might find yourself drowning and sinking in confusion. But as long as you push yourself, you'll be able to pull yourself back up and completely sail to the promised land. Soon, you could become a well paid email copywriter earning thousands of dollars per project and capable of taking care of your family. By that point, you would have gone from being a total newbie to a pro. You simply just need to trust yourself enough and take the plunge. That's the message. Now, let me tell you a common defining trait that all my successful students have. They know that to go far, you need to invest in expert information and support. And Tony Robbins actually rubber stamps that when he said, if you want to be successful, find someone who has achieved the results you want and copy what they do, and you achieve the same results. Now, you have seen some of my results that I have gotten as an email copywriter. You have even seen and heard from some of my students who have successfully copied my process to achieve amazing and impressive results for themselves. Would you like to learn my process of how to become a well paid email copywriter? Would you like me to show you from A to Z what it takes to learn to write good enough marketing emails so that you are then able to go in search of quality clients who would pay you in dollars? If yes, then allow me to introduce you to the Email Copywriting Tycoon program. This is a program that I have created to teach anyone who's interested how to become a well paid email copywriter, following the 5 steps that we just went through. The program is designed to help you hit two major milestones. Milestone one is that you become a good enough email copywriter in 2 weeks or less. As I've said throughout this workshop, you don't need to become a world-class email copywriter to become a well-paid email copywriter. And everything inside the email copywriting tycoon program will help you get started from where you are right now. Milestone two is that you start to be consistently earning at least $1,500 by your third month. You could make more than that, or you could make less than that. But I personally designed the program in a way that I feel that by the third month after taking this program, you should be able to start pulling in a minimum of $1,500 on a monthly basis. I'm not saying that this is going to happen exactly like that for you, but that is the goal that you should be aiming for. Think about it for a minute. $1,500 right now in present day Nigeria economy is well over 500,000 naira. Imagine what you could do with an extra 500 naira, 500,000 naira in your account right now. Imagine how much easier earning that extra amount of money would make your life become. Imagine the things you could now have the power to buy. Would you save money to buy a new car? Would you buy a new land? Would you move to a bigger and better apartment? Would you move your kids to a better school? Actually, what you do with your money is going to be at your own discretion, right? This can actually become your reality. The great life that you imagine right now could potentially become your reality. You just have to trust yourself and take the plunge. The Email Copywriting Tycoon program is made up of 4 comprehensive parts. That is, I have sliced the programs into 4 main parts with 4 different aims. Part 1 is a detailed email copywriting training with 17 plus videos that will teach you basic to intermediate level tricks, tactics, and techniques that you need to become a good enough email copywriter in little time. You will learn how to write scroll stopping subject lines, how to research your clients' prospects like a seasoned CIA agent so that writing to them becomes as easy as unlocking your phone. You'll learn a prime piece of email marketing real estate that your clients are neglecting now that you can use to supercharge their open rates. You'll learn how to make the first line or two of your emails pull readers down a wet slide so that they simply cannot stop themselves but read your emails. You will learn what Apple's Think Different viral ad campaign can teach you about writing engaging emails. You'll learn how to put on your email copy thinking cap so that you're able to generate interesting content for your emails even in your sleep. You'll also learn the three formulas any new email copywriter should learn for structuring email content so that it can be tight and focused. You'll learn what controversial footballer Mauro Balotelli can teach you about writing riveting emails that completely holds a reader's attention. You'll learn the four main types of stories you can use to make your emails more interesting. And you'll learn how to hijack trending news to write emails that increase the readability. And you're going to learn a heap load more. Seriously, by the time you are done with the first part, you will have learned so much that you will know more about writing better emails than most business owners know. And that's good because that's why they're going to pay you to help them write their emails because you are more knowledgeable than them. Part two will launch you into the nitty gritties of getting email copywriting clients. Because once you have known how to write good emails, you now need to look for clients. That's how you're going to get money into your bank account. In this part, you will learn necessary client getting mindset shift that you need if you're going to cut it in this game. You learn how to position yourself as an expert that clients will be eager to work with even if you are a total newbie. You will learn the kind of businesses that highly need email copywriters and how to find them on the interwebs. You'll learn how to turn your LinkedIn profile into a 24/7 client strategy calls generation machine. You'll learn how to write good emails that are more personable and welcoming. You'll learn how to get quality clients on Upwork. You'll learn silly client getting mistakes that you should avoid, like a bees on it. You will also learn all the tools that you need to build a solid business foundation that can attract prospective clients even while you are fast asleep. You'll learn how to easily spot clients that have money to spend. I'll give you a hint here. It's just by looking at a few things that you are doing. You'll learn how to spy on a client's business and spot problems that they don't know that they have so that you can be uniquely qualified to help them solve these problems. You'll learn the number one unbreakable rule of cold emailing. If you flout it, you could land in serious legal trouble. So I'm going to tell you what this rule is so that you can avoid it and not land in trouble. You'll learn the fastest way to get a client to listen when you send them a cold email, and you'll learn so much more. Then we'll move to part three, which is all about closing clients. In this part of the program, you will discover the diagnose and recommend method that you can use to close a good number of the clients that get on call with you. You will learn a compulsory set of rules that you need to keep front and center of your mind when you talk to clients. You will get a proven script that you can study to guide your conversation with clients so that your calls with them become even easier. You will learn the golden rule of negotiation that gives you an upper hand when you tell a prospective client your price. You will learn how to write quality proposals that convince clients that your price is more than worth it. You will learn the biggest mistake that an African based freelancer can make when they have strategy calls with clients from the other side of the world. If you make this mistake, you're going to fail even before you get started. And so, I'm going to show you what this mistake is so that you can avoid it at all costs. And you're going to learn a lot more. Part 4 is a 30-day email handwriting challenge. The idea of this challenge is that you write out by hand emails that have been written by world-class copywriters every day for 30 days. I'll tell you why this is a powerful exercise in a bit. But first, let me tell you how the challenge is going to work. If you join the email copywriting program today, 7 days after you join, this challenge will kick off. So what's going to happen is that as early as 6 o'clock every morning, you will get inside of your inbox an email from me. The emails that I send will come with an email that has been written by an A-list email copywriter, and then also a video where I will explain the moves that this A-list email copywriter is making in his or her email. Your task will then be to copy out by hand that email, and you can complete this task in 30 minutes or less. This exercise is going to go on for 30 days, and I'll be sending you different emails from different world-class copywriters from different parts of the world. This particular exercise is one that is recommended for every new email copywriter. It is powerful because you are teaching your brain to spot and understand what a high converting email looks like. You are literally training your brain to become accustomed to high converting copy. This will help you to start to master email copywriting faster than anything else because it is a practical exercise. By the time you are done with this particular handwriting challenge, you would have learned so much about high converting emails and you'll become a more effective email copywriter that is capable of charging businesses premium fees to write their emails. At this point, you're probably wondering, how much would it cost to enroll for Email Copywriting Tycoon? I'll tell you what the investment you're going to make is. But first, here's a complete list of everything that you are getting today. So, you will get a comprehensive email copywriting training, which is going to be a combination of a 150-page guide and over 12 hours of video lessons that will make you a better email copywriter than most people in very little time. If I were to hold a one-on-one coaching with you to teach you email copywriting, that would cost you $750 for 2 weeks of training. But I've now compressed everything I'll teach you in my one-on-one training or in my one-on-one coaching into a guide and over 17 videos that you can visit over and over again to sharpen your email copywriting abilities. That's why this is valued at 150,000 naira. You'll also get the LinkedIn and Code email prospecting training, which is where I show you how to optimize your LinkedIn profile and make a few tweaks that will help you start attracting the attention of big companies on LinkedIn. I will also show you how to use code emails to reach out to the ideal companies that you would love to work with. This part of the training alone can literally help you get your first $500 client if you utilize it properly, and it is valued at 175,000 naira. You will also get the Upwork Profits Masterclass course, which is a course that I have been selling for a couple of years now. This is the same course that has helped people like Caroline do $50,000 on the Upwork platform. You are going to get it today as part of the Email Copywriting Tycoon program, and it is currently selling for 20,000 naira. You will also participate in the 30-day email handwriting challenge, and I've already explained the significance of this to you, and it is valued at 50,000 naira. Then there's the client closing training that will help you with closing the clients that show interest in working with you. So whether it is closing these clients through your emails or closing them on call, you will learn simple negotiation and sales rules that will help you do a good job of turning this prospect into paying clients. You will get this training today as part of the Email Copywriting Tycoon program, and it is valued at 18,000 naira. So the total value of all that you are getting today is 413,000 naira. But I know that not everyone has 400,000 naira lying around with the situation of things in this country. Not everyone has that amount of money lying around that they can invest into something like this, even if you know that this program can be potentially life changing. So you're not going to be paying 413,000 naira today. In fact, you're not paying 100,000 naira. But before I tell you the too good to be true amount you're going to be investing into the email copywriting tycoon program today, let me also tell you about some added resources I am training as bonuses to help speed up your results. So you will get a guide that will show you 10 popular types of emails that you can write for clients and a recommended structure that you can follow to write these emails in just minutes. This is valued at 18,000 naira, but you are getting it free today. You will get 305 fill in the blank subject line templates that will help you come up with powerful subject lines in no time. This one took months to create and is valued at 35,000 naira, but you are getting it free today. You will also get a guide that will show you over 100 powerful openers so that you know how to make the first lines or two of your emails make readers want to continue reading. You will also get a box set that contains 5,001 emails that have sold millions of dollars in different markets. These emails will provide you with inspiration for your own emails on days when you are struggling to come up with subject matters or subject content for your emails. This one is really huge and is valued at 47,000 naira, but you are getting it free today. You also get a 4-in-1 secret bundle. You cannot know what is inside this one now until you enter the members area. I would actually love to give you clues, but it would ruin the surprise. Anyways, this one is valued at 87,000 naira, but you get it free today. The total value of the bonuses you are getting today is 188,000 naira. Again, let's now recap all that you are getting today. You will get the email copywriting training that is worth 150,000 naira. You get the LinkedIn and code email prospecting training that is worth 175,000 naira. You also get the Upper Profits Master course that currently sells for 20,000 naira. You also get to participate in the 30-day email handwriting challenge, which is valued at 50,000 naira, and the client's closing training, which is worth 18,000 naira, plus the bonuses, which are worth 188,000 naira that you are going to be getting for free. Finally, you'll get access to a Facebook and Telegram group for continued support where you can ask any questions. There are always experienced students, and myself included, to help you answer your questions. Sometimes you would even have your questions answered within minutes. So the total value for all of these, like we already said, is 413,000 naira. But as I promised you earlier, you wouldn't be paying that amount today. Actually, for a one-time fee of 55,000 naira only, you can get access to the email copywriting program and all the other resources today. Now, if you think 55,000 naira is too much to invest in all that you are getting in the email copywriting tycoon program, well, I want you to see this. This is a screenshot of a message I received on Telegram from someone who got early bird access to this program. It says, everything in that program has exceeded my expectations. Can't thank you enough. This is the sort of knowledge sharing people charge $500 to $999 for. Thanks. Then there's this guy, Tohib, who also said this inside the Telegram group. Omo, Victor Eni, I don't understand. I don't know how I met you. I feel like I'm cheating you. Why you come to drop too much value like this? This is super amazing, boss. You probably won't understand why these guys are saying this now until you get into the members area and see for yourself. Also, here's a screenshot that I grabbed from one of the biggest online marketplaces in the world, known as Gumroad. As you can see, that's a code email course that is being sold for $215, which is over 90,000 naira. In December 2020, I got this course and I found it to be very helpful. But that's not the point that I'm trying to make here. The main point is that I can sell the code email section of my email copywriting tycoon program as a course on its own for at least 60,000 naira. And I am positive that many freelancers who are finding it difficult to get clients would happily buy it. Actually, I intend to sell it later as a standalone course. I'm not going to sell it for 60,000 naira though, but I'm going to sell it for at least 45,000 naira. But you get it today as part of the whole email copywriting tycoon program, which you can now purchase for only 55,000 naira. When you add that to the email copywriting tycoon training, the LinkedIn prospecting training, the Upwork Profits Masterclass, the 30-day email handwriting challenge, and the client's closing training, you would definitely agree that the 55,000 naira you're paying today is like you cheating me, just like Toyib said, especially if you compare it to the value that you'll be getting when you get into the members area. However, I want to do something even more helpful for you just to further make this easier on your pocket. And so if you order today, you can pay 35,000 naira instead of 55,000 naira. With that, I am sure you can have no more complaints. But I'm going to warn you here because this 35,000 naira discount offer is only available to the first 136 people to register for the program. You might be wondering, why 136? Well, June 13th is usually my birthday. And every year for the last 5 years, I have loved to do something big for others to celebrate my birthday. I was supposed to create a helpful Neverland thread this year, but I failed to do that because I was just too busy. So, giving 136 people the chance to grab my email copywriting tycoon program at an early bird discount is my way of making up for that. So while others will later pay at least 55,000 naira to access the program, you will pay only 35,000 naira only if you register today. And that means you can save about 20,000 naira that you can use to do some other things for yourself. You can take advantage of this offer right now by clicking on the button just below this video to get started. Once you do that, you'll be taken to a page where you can make payments with different options. Let's now recap all that you are getting for 35,000 naira today. So you'll get the email copywriting tycoon training, the LinkedIn and cold email prospecting training, the Upwork Profits Masterclass course. You also participate in the 30-day email handwriting challenge, plus the 188,000 naira worth of bonuses. And then you also get access to the Facebook group and Telegram group for continued support. All of these for a one-time fee of 35,000 naira only. But don't forget, once the 136 early bird slots are taken up, the price will steadily increase until I eventually peg it back at the original 55,000 naira it was supposed to sell for. So don't be surprised if you come back here next week and find that the new price is now 40,000 naira or 45,000 naira, or maybe even up to the original 55,000 naira. What that would mean is that 136 smart people have already taken advantage of the early bird offer and you have been left behind. By the way, even if you come back here to find that the price is no longer 35,000 naira, you should still hurry and jump in so that you don't come back another day to find that the price has even increased more than ever before. Again, you can get started today by clicking the button below this video. You'll be taken to a page where you can securely pay with your card or via direct bank transfer. If you successfully make payment with your card, you will get access to the exclusive members area immediately. But if you use any other options, you would have to wait for a bit to get the link to the members area. You'll get that link usually within at most 6 hours. All right. So if at this stage your head is telling you that this is the right move for you to make, that entering the email copywriting tycoon program is the right move for you to make, but your heart is still doubtful, maybe because you are new to this and afraid that things might not work out, let me tell you the story of Caroline. Caroline is one of the students whose screenshot I showed you at the beginning of this training. She joined a program I created in 2017 to teach some of my previous Naira students how I was making money on Upwork. She was a total newbie. She had never done this before. She didn't even know what freelancing is. In fact, here's the message she sent me on WhatsApp after joining the program to tell me that she was a newbie and needed somebody to guide and hold her hands. And I'm not going to lie to you, she had it tough at first. Just a few weeks after she started out, she had an offer from a German company. But because of some reasons, she could not log into Skype and she lost that offer. How sad. Things happened to her in her first 3 months and she didn't get a single client. But everything changed in her third month. She got her first paying client and she just flew from there. And soon she was making over $1,000 on a monthly basis and she was very happy. She even taught her sister-in-law this income model and that one also started to earn good income, good money from this as well. We were recently chatting on WhatsApp when she told me that she had hit the $50,000 mark on Upwork, and that made me really, really happy. So here's the truth. It is normal to be afraid that you might enroll for this thing today and it doesn't work out for you. It is okay to actually be afraid that because you are new to this, you might bungle it. But think of Caroline's case and how she has gone from being a total newbie at this thing to earning more than $50,000 that has changed her financial status. She also had her fears, she had her doubts when she started out. For example, she was telling me that her husband did not believe in any of these things. But she never let those things stop her. And one thing Caroline had that was crucial to her success was a powerful support system. She had myself and other students to fall back to when things weren't working at first. She asked questions, she sought clarity, she came to the group, she would post questions, and she would demand answers to her questions. And each time she got answers to those questions that pointed her in the right direction and made things easier for her. Today, I am offering you and promising you the same support system that Caroline had if you join the Email Copywriting Tycoon program. And so, even if you're a newbie, even if you have no clue how any of this works right now, the program and the support system will be there to help point you in the right direction. Listen, the Facebook group and the Telegram group will be open for you to ask questions as often as you need answers. And myself and other experienced students will be there to help point you in the right direction. So this is not a case of buying a program where you are left to fend for yourself or a course where you're just left to fend for yourself alone. You will actually be part of a pack of people who are hunting after the same goal that you're hunting after, which is financial freedom. And so, even though I can't guarantee that you will succeed with this, I can guarantee that you will have a support system that is built to help you thrive. And I can guarantee that if you can just push yourself a little bit more than anyone else, like Caroline did, then you increase your chances of succeeding with this. And just so you know, you are backed by my 60-day questions asked money back guarantee. What that guarantee means or what it entails is that you have 2 months to give this program a run. Learn how to write good emails from it, do the 30-day email handwriting challenge, and implement your skills in the real world by looking for clients just the way I'm going to show you. If after those 60 days you feel this program has not helped you in any way, you can ask for a refund. But there are strings that are attached to this guarantee. Because I'm dedicated to seeing you succeed with this, I'm not just going to let you walk away without asking you any questions. I'm going to ask you questions. I will ask you questions about what you have done. We will discuss the challenges that you have, and then I will make actionable recommendations. If you go back to implement the recommendations that I give to you and still don't see any results within a month, that is within 30 days, I will happily refund your investment. All that I am asking for you from you is that you give this a honest effort and that you are honest about this. At this point, you literally have nothing to lose because all the risks are no longer on your shoulders, but they are squarely on mine. But I have to say something important before you go on to enroll for this program. I want you to know that this program is going to be intense. I'm not going to hide that fact. This program is going to be really intense. It will stretch you. It is something that you have to commit to with a full heart. For example, the 30-day email handwriting challenge, we require that you copy out by hand one email every day for 30 days. So if you're not somebody who commits fully to a course, you shouldn't take this program. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you're probably not going to get overnight success when you start out with this thing. That's just the truth. Only a very tiny percentage of people start out and bag their first client the next day. It is very, very rare. It is a very rare occurrence. Personally, it took me about 6 days after starting out to get my first client. For some of my students, it took them a while longer than that. So, what I'm basically saying here is that you will need a bit of patience because life is not like the movies. Reality is always different. But if you can have patience and continue to trust in the system, continue to trust in the process, your chances of becoming a well paid email copywriter will increase day by day until you get your first win. And then the next one will come, and then the next one. And before you know it, you have become a pro at this thing. Do you remember the story of Caroline that we talked about just a few minutes ago? Things did not work out well for her in her first 3 months. But today she has done millions of naira from this thing. If she wasn't patient enough, she wouldn't be experiencing the level of success that she's experiencing from this income model today. So if you are someone who doesn't have that kind of patience and just wants impossible results overnight, you should sit this one out because this program does not promise you that kind of result. The reason I'm telling you these things is not to scare you, but to help you see reality. Too many marketers are afraid to say the truth in their marketing messages because they don't want to scare people away from buying their products. That usually tends to have the opposite effect where many people will buy that product and later find out that work is involved to get the results that they crave. They'll start to feel lied and cheated too. I don't want that to happen to you. And that's why I'm telling you these things. So I want us to be clear before you invest in the email copywriting tycoon program today that this is not a get rich quick scheme. And if you find that you don't like these two things that I have mentioned here, you shouldn't bother investing in the email copywriting tycoon program. It would honestly save you and I a lot of stress, a lot of time, and a lot of friction. If, on the other hand, you understand that success in life doesn't come without effort, without patience, without test, without learning, and even failing, then you are my kind of person. And your type of people are the ones who usually end up succeeding massively with programs like this. And you are more than welcome to get Email Copywriting Tycoon today. Just click on the button below this video and you'll be taken to a payment page where you can securely pay with your ATM card or via direct bank transfer. After payment, you'll be taken to the members area where you can access the program and all the promised bonuses as well as the other resources. I hope to see you around in the members only Facebook and Telegram group pretty soon. Thank you so much for sticking with me to the end of this workshop. Thank you for taking the time out to watch all the way through. I really appreciate your time, and I appreciate you for sticking with me all the way here. God bless and see you around. Bye.